Yo, I'm making a video to talk about the most important factor in Daygame. A lot of people always says, "Oh, I'm the best PUA. I have the highest Laycount. I'm the best. I'm the best." In reality, the only thing that really matters is the student's results. And you're probably wondering, why does it matter if it's only the student's results? Because if a student gets results, then you get results. That's such a simple logic. That's such a simple logic. I explain to people and they're like, "Oh my God, you're right." So it's not about the theories. It's not about what the coach says. It's not about the half truths. No, the only thing that matters is the student results, because you will be exactly like the student results. I know for a lot of you are thinking like, "Oh shit, what about all these theories? What about all these lay counts? What about all these infields? What about all this stuff? Don't they matter?" I'm gonna slightly debunk this. It matters, but not as much as you think. It's all about the student results. All right, let's begin. I see some people dropping off. Anyways, I'm going to speak the gospel, whether you like it or not. So first of all, you look at a lot of things. How many COVID-19 Daygame lay testimonials do they have? That's a good indicator, because they may talk a good game. They may have a super high lay count, as they claim. But at the same time, when you look at a self-proclaimed high lay count guy, how many fucking Daygame lay testimonials did he get? He got two testimonials. If just two, at the very least, it's something. It's during COVID-19. Even if the whole screen is blacked out. However, saying that, if that's just two testimonials, then it doesn't matter what the theory is. The proclaim, "I'm the best PUA this, I'm the best PUA that." So that makes sense. Okay, there's nobody here. Should I come back at a later time? Fine. Oh, finally somebody's here. All right, I'm trying to make a point here that at the end of the day, it's only the student results that matter. It's only the student results that matter. Fuck, I'm a little bit tired, so if I'm sounding very tired, I'm about to take a nap. So, all right, let's begin. So at the end of the day, it's not how good the coach claims to be or any other factors like that, or brainwashing. It's all about the student results. You'll become exactly like the students for Daygame. Nothing else really matters, guys. Seriously. You think it matters? Like the coach says, "I'm so good. I'm so good." And there's no spin and there's no brainwashing. There's no theories here. There's no using authority to gaslight the sheeps. It really is not about their false agenda or their infields or any of those irrelevant nonsense or the video advice. The only thing that really matters is, do they have student results for Daygame? I don't care about night game. I don't care about Tinder. Do they have Daygame results, and even during COVID-19? Hell, did the old products even work during COVID-19? And I'm going to help you understand. So basically, why am I making this video? Because there was an RSD victim that texted me, "Hey, your Asian sensation course seems too simple," and he dismissed it. I told him, look at it has over 200 lay testimonials for each of my products, laid in po testimonials. And he still said, "Oh yeah, I don't get it." This is what RSD victims said. "I don't understand why the test. Oh, I don't get it." In their mind, they don't get it. It doesn't click for them. So he's like, "Well, what does the testimonials mean? Maybe other coaches are not collecting the testimonial." Hey, what's up? In reality, the lay testimonials equals your potential results. That's why it's the most important. That's why it's the most important. A lot of people are thinking like, "Oh, it's all about the PUAs, the lay count, or whatever they claim." So anyways, that's what they call bro science. Bro science. So that bro science is like these weightlifters on YouTube. They say, "Look at me, I'm big and strong. I get results, you get results." That's bro science. No, the only thing that matters is the student results and whether or not they can get any lay testimonials during COVID-19. If they don't have any lay testimonials for Daygame during COVID-19, their opinions is irrelevant. But John, I thought you have to be like the best PUA. No. So before marketing was much easier before COVID-19 as a dating coach. They can just charm the zombies, and the zombie or the RSD victims or whoever. There's many PUA zombies. They have all the money in the world, so they can waste it with dating coaches. They can just throw money at them and worship and thinking that if you get results, I get results, and all this mental bullshit. They get gaslighted. They give the coach the authority. Of course, we know that's not true. That's not true. So that's the thing. A second, let me make this bigger. I don't have good eyesight. Not all places has COVID, so keep that in mind. And also, there are some places that did not have lockdowns around the world. So certain businesses has been a lot different during COVID-19. It's a stress test. A lot of businesses out there have failed. Even if there was to give them a testimony, they cannot get Asians and Indians laid. Yeah, exactly. They always have that one tall 5'10" Asian with a big muscles or something, a token Asian. But they can't get short Asians laid. And they think, oh, it's all about emotions. Well, Asians do not have emotions. I've taught more Asians and got more Asians laid than anyone in the world for Daygame. They don't have emotions. How are they able to get laid? So that is a half truth. It's social skills and social calibrations. It really is. In value. That's all it is. Height, all that better. But I digress. So some people who, for example, so that's a stress test on the business. A lot of businesses were shut down during COVID-19. But however, before COVID-19, a lot of the game styles that worked before COVID-19 is not effective after COVID-19. You're like, what the fuck? No, but if they get results, I get results. Where the fuck are their results? And another question that, where the fuck are their old product testimonials that should be working during COVID-19? Do you personally feel lesser than a tall blonde doesn't like you as an Asian? Do you personally feel lesser? I don't have any thoughts about my race when I'm day gaming. I forget I'm Asian. So anyways, as I continue, this is the funny thing. During COVID-19, how come they don't have late testimonials? How come their old products doesn't work? And most people don't want to hear that. Well, wait a minute. How come John's old products works? Is there something about my products that make it work? Is it the mental filter? And you're like, oh shit, John's old products do work. There's one testimonial after another. And I'm going to post more testimonials of bald students. Being bald does not disqualify you guys. If you say something and you claim that, oh, being bald is harder, I look at my science of my student results. And there's so many bald students getting laid. In fact, the bald students outside of the short 5'4" Indian guy, there are more bald students getting women way above their look scale than even my regular students. Think about it. That Middle Eastern guy, the short guy, he almost banged the model. Look at the tall Middle Eastern guy, 6'2". He banged two models. One was his girlfriend. You look at this other London guy who's bald, ugly. He has a girlfriend that looks like 9 out of 10, 1 7 out of 10, 4 fuck buddies. Don't you see? The truth is that you look at the student results, they determine the truth, not what another coach's agenda is to downplay their SMV. But if they don't have day game late testimonials from their old products, what makes you think their new products, if they ever release, I don't know who's going to release new products or not, or whether they have recently or they have done it in the past. I don't concern myself with competition because I have no competition. I am the best day game coach in the world. And I'll use the word coach, and you're going to find out why. So, for the audience, if it doesn't work before, and it doesn't work during COVID-19, it's like marketing. If you want to learn some marketing courses for your small business, what worked before COVID-19 doesn't work during COVID-19, then the tactics need to change. That means the old stuff didn't work. But my old stuff worked before COVID-19, and it works during COVID-19. It works during lockdown 1, lockdown 2, and lockdown 3. And we're almost out of lockdown 3 right now. That's the funny thing. Okay? So, it shows what works. Social calibrations and social skills is a big factor. Although both of my products still works, Elite 30 is working even better than before. Because now, during a pandemic in a Western place, social skills and social calibrations actually helps you fit into the tribe, the in tribe. Gamey game stuff is gonna make you look like an autistic fucking sociopath, and you're gonna be part of the out tribe with your stupid P-wave fucking lines. All right, let's continue. So that's the thing. Social skills and social calibrations. In fact, I am teaching less game and more social skills and social calibrations that the naturals use. So the mindset is different for RSD zombies. They have more cortisol during COVID-19. They're autistic, sociopathic zombies. So while there are people out there that are psychopathic and Asperger's, there are definitely lots of sociopaths who are autistic and emotional snowflakes who claim they have high vibrational energy, but they're always offended and they're fucked up and they're wearing a mask and they're batshit crazy. They're crazy like motherfuckers. So having said that, it's like a zombies. They have no brains. They're like brains, spam approach. And then the coach, who is a larger zombie than them, is talking in their fucking zombie language to them with their delusions, because their zombies are delusional, these RSD victims. They're like, look at me, I'm the best, whatever. And the zombies are like, oh yes, let's go towards this guy. No brains, no critical thinking, right? Go and gaslight us. Brains, right? Slam approaching. Brains, right? Fucking no thinking, low self-esteem, easily triggered. That's why they don't want to trigger the zombie horde. Because as soon as they trigger the zombies and they offend the zombies will get pissed off and not pay them money. You could say social skills, social calibrations are the only factors. Yeah, and it's also good to think about height too. Because even if you're whatever height, if you have 2 inches on your shoes, that could be a great factor too. Of course, there are people out there that claims that oh, they're not as tall. Yeah, but think about it this way. In the past, I wore heel lifts. It gave me a 1.5 inches, and they're much taller than me. Unless they shrink or something, that could happen. Who's to say? Maybe I'm 5'6" now. After many years goes by, even I could lose a little bit of height. So that is entirely possible. But they were much taller than me. So that's the funny thing. There's lots of people much taller than me. I'm very, very short. So if you guys want to see how short I am, when you look at my upper body, right? I look like a 5'10", 5'11" guy, but look at my legs. Okay, look at my legs. They're so comically short. You see that? My legs do not match the upper body. It's like I got very, very small legs and a huge upper body, which is kind of fucked up. So it's good to wear elevator shoes. It's good to wear elevator shoes. But you can see my height before. I was around 5'8" in that, or something like that. 5'8" with the elevator. I don't have elevator shoes, but heelless. They give about 1 inch. That's all you can fit into a shoe. That's why I like elevator shoes now. So, but I digress. So at the end of the day, it's all about the student results for Daygame during COVID-19. With your training, you'll end up like the students' results. So it has nothing to do with all these theories of, oh, I'm the best coach, like I'm the only one that people can listen to or shit like that. It's not about, oh, I got this Laycount, but dude, a Pakistani mentor is in Vancouver. That place is super fucking hard. And you can times his lay count by whatever if he goes to Europe. It's not like he did it once. It's like most of his lays are in Vancouver. This is not an easy place. So the body language elite 30 is crazy. I had a young Middle Eastern girl that couldn't stop staring at me in the park today. She tried to sit closer to me. Well, I'm not very surprised. Because as soon as you start applying some of this stuff, you have the alpha male body language. I mean, if an old 52-year-old man who's bald was able to get laid with an 8 out of 10 looking German woman, I mean, there is something to the social skills and social calibrations. I think you bought my course or something. So when you use the Skype, we can talk about the social skills, which will increase your results even further. However, saying that, for what you're experiencing is that they don't talk about the body language. They always talk about the emotions, which is complete nonsense. Because for them, they start with game, emotions, and then they vibe their value, their perceived natural status, their height, and they claim they're lower now and whatever. And possibly they could be lower, who knows? But I never knew them as that short because I'm 5'7". So Maybe their shoes give them 2 inches or boots, who knows? But the point is this: 1, 2, this, then that. Then they go to game, emotions, social calibrations, and social skills. They ignore the social skills. They just use their P-way gamey autistic lines. Autistic. When I say autistic, gamey lines are autistic as fuck. This is for the zombies who cannot perceive social skills. And if emotions was such a big factor, you can look at some of my taller students. The guy who was white and 6'2", wearing a leather jacket, which I'll post his thing next. He doesn't have any fucking emotions. He's a narcissist. He cannot connect with women, but they still like him because of the height and perceived natural status. That's all it is. Height, perceived natural status, social skills, social calibrations. That's all you need. And maybe it's the fashion that makes you fit in the in-tribe. That's it. You don't need anything else. All right. So having said that, half of RSD victims are burning out during lockdown 2 to lockdown 3 because they don't have the social skills anymore. Isn't that kind of funny that a dating coach like JT Tran with high vibrational energy, because of a great personality and very expressive and emotional, he should be like a pussy slayer, but he only shows up whenever they think that lockdown is over. He shows back up. Oh, fuck, lockdown 2 disappears. Oh, shit, lockdown 3 disappears again. And now lockdown 3 is ending for ABCs of Attraction. They're coming back. Why are they coming back exactly when the lockdown's over? Because I can tell you one thing. I can draw dollar signs. But I digress. That's all they care about. I was here in the trenches, here, helping you guys on YouTube Live, even though I don't have to. I could just sit this one out and just take a break. But I didn't do it. I was here for you guys because I care. They don't. So having said that, too many dating coaches act as if they get results, everyone should get results too. And that's complete nonsense. For example, let's look at a basketball player like Shaquille O'Neal. You guys know Shaq, right? He's a big, tall, 7-foot basketball player. So imagine Shaquille O'Neal was, so this is about the mentors versus coaches. So what's the difference between a mentor and a coach? So let's write this down. For example, I had a Pakistani mentor, but he was not a dating coach. He doesn't know how to coach shit. So a mentor is, that's all he is, a mentor. Mentor may have a lot of value. They may be millionaires, they may be billionaires, whoever the fuck, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. They can mentor you and teach you what to do. They can advise you. But it doesn't mean that they know how to actually physically teach you like a coach. For example, here's a coach, a dating coach. Here's a coach that can push you, that can discipline you, and they don't do that because you lose money. And here's a coach that can teach you step by step, analyze your infields, and have the best analysis in the world, because it doesn't take 6 months for a student to get results from my analysis. For my students, they get results in the very first Skype. It doesn't make any sense, even during COVID-19. Don't you understand? A coach versus a mentor. So, who's a better coach? I have social skills, but I had the weak social calibration. Is getting better now. You don't know what you don't know. You may not be as good as you think until you actually talk to me. I'll be the judge of that. So having said that, a mentor might be someone like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and you don't have their genetic advantages. And even if they downplay things, you have a mindset. If they can do it, you can automatically do it. But that is not true at all. You know, these are the types that are what they call value deniers. They're using half-truths to downplay their genetic advantages. My Pakistani mentor, when he mentors me, he has no ability to teach. He tells me like what's wrong and what I can do better. But he doesn't know how to actually coach me. And a lot of things that he teaches directly does not work for me. And you're like, what the fuck? But you're using some of his material. No. He says, John, take a look at me. I may have a different SMV as you. You try to take it, you work with it, you rebuild it into something that's workable for your students. Study me like an animal in my habitat dimension and try reverse engineer what I do. And I was like, okay, sure. That's what a mentor is. They're mentoring you on a daily basis, and what a mentor teaches may not necessarily work for you. A coach could even get more results out of you. For example, Dan Pena. He may not be a billionaire, but however, he has hundreds of millions. He may be for. He can still coach people by yelling at them and disciplining them and getting them to make millions of dollars, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, even, not sure about billions, but there's some people that made a lot of net worth out of his coaching. We can look at some of them. There's another dating coach, even Jason Crapidel, which I'm not a big fan of, because it doesn't work for my students who are good looking. But however, he still made a lot of money out of that coaching. So he was once a dating coach. So in Dan Locke, his stuff, some people would disagree with it. Say, oh, I don't know. Some of his stuff worked for me. So it's kind of weird. People would say, oh, it doesn't work. Are you sure? Maybe you just need like a better mindsets and, some more practice. And maybe you need a business already going. But the thing is that he was one of the students too. So he made a lot of money. It's like 80 million or something. But the point is this. He was a coach. And he's done it before, but he's not doing it now. But regardless, he's not a mentor. He's a coach. So the thing is that whenever this is what they call the bro science. The bro science is like, oh, look at this weightlifter. Let's say Cali Muscles or something. If he's big and muscular, whatever he gives for the advice will work for everyone. Oh my God, really? So who else was a coach before? Michael Jordan was also a coach. He's not, right? I forgot what his team was called, the Bobcats or whatever they're called. He took over a team and he started coaching it. But Michael Jordan couldn't fucking coach to the level of Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson coached Shaquille. I think he coached Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and many other people to victory. I'm more like the Phil Jackson. You don't have to be the best, PUA in the world. You don't, because that's a mentor. You just have to be good enough. However, as a dating coach, the word coach, there is nobody even on my level. So you guys got to let go of this bro science. Okay, Charlotte Hornets. Well, whatever the team was that Michael Jordan owned, Charlotte Hornets, whatever it was called. The thing was that Michael Jordan was not a good coach. You might be saying, whoa, they got a lot of testimonials for, yeah, but if you take away my involvement in some of them, then, it's like not that many, like, compared to me. Yes. Okay, I'm just talking out of thin air. I'm not referring to anyone. But I want to talk about another thing. If there's such a great coach in COVID-19, a lot of these businesses like JT Trend, a lot of these people that attract sheeps or zombies. Before COVID-19, the zombies had nothing but money, money, money in their pocket. They can't wait to waste it. After COVID-19, in 2020, Michael Jordan was a good player, but a shitty owner. And he's also a shitty coach. That means he was not able to get his team to be on the same level as him. Phil Jackson would have been a much better coach. I'm like the Phil Jackson or the general. I am not the soldier. If you guys are looking for a big soldier with high SMV that denies it, I am not that coach for you. If you're looking for a general to lead you to victory, I am that coach for you. The best one in the world. If you want mentors, there are plenty of bro science mentors out there. Lots of bro science. But however, you want a dating coach that gets student results, even during COVID-19. I've only posted like 3 of them from the COVID for recent ones. I said there's 12 of them, right? So we're just beginning. Let's just say that. Where the fuck are their Daygame late testimonials for COVID? And how come their old products, their so-called bro science, didn't fucking work during COVID-19? It doesn't make any sense. How come their products didn't work during COVID-19 and all my products, they work like gangbusters? Kaizen is still working during COVID-19. Elite Access works during COVID-19. It works before it, works at it. It works during lockdowns. Why does all my programs work? Because I have a better analysis. I'm not delusional. Opinions as facts, have truth saying, that's the thing though. They always draw the wrong conclusion, the bro science conclusions. They always deny their own fucking value. The women sees them differently than how they really see themselves. All the sociopaths all have the same fucking mindset. They're like zombies. They're delusional. They're just bigger zombies who have more SMV that leads the other zombies. So a coach is different. They are good, but they don't have to be the best, like Michael Jordan. He is a good coach. He coached some of the best. I mean, Phil Jackson. All the basketball players I mentioned. But we go by that logic. Yeah, I can't really fucking see because I don't have glasses. If we go by that logic, if he gets results, I get results. You would have dismissed Phil Jackson over Shaquille O'Neal teaching you. Imagine Shaq was teaching you basketball. My Pakistani mentor is like Michael Jordan or someone good, but his game isn't transferable. I have to rebuild it, but it gives me a good direction to go in. And most of the time, it's right on the mark. So that is the style of game my Pakistani mentor teaches is more of a human game, more of a natural, high status, social skills, social calibrations kind of game that the zombies do not understand. The other people are zombies. They're teaching you a zombie game. So therefore, they think they're being more technical. But where are their lay testimonials during COVID-19? They don't have any. How come their old products don't work? It doesn't make sense. It's just bro science. What's the hardest student you coach in his circumstances? There's too many, man. Based on your scientific base, they are narcissistic based. Well, yeah, they're also delusional based and they're sociopath based because they're sociopathic zombies. Some of the worst students I had was the old man, 52-year-old, was in 2020 was one of the worst. He was okay at 2019 when he's 50 years old. He still got laid during Kaizen, got a girlfriend, everything like that. 2020, when the pandemic hit, his mindsets crashed. The second worst student is a Vietnamese guy. He's basically full of cortisol and very autistic, cannot be teachable. He doesn't adapt at all. He just repeats the same mistakes. So I'm not saying the old man's easy to teach right now, but he's very tough to teach. It's a miracle, that I'm like. So these are the two worst students. I also have a third worst student right now. That's current. He's also another Vietnamese student, very egotistical. He's always doing it his way. And he always says, I'm only 90% right, but always turns out I'm right. And he tries to teach himself. So that's another one of the worst students. He tries to teach himself by using me as an advisor, not as a general, not as a coach. And he's just delaying his lays. And he's getting positive reactions. Another student who's really bad was an Indian guy who was in a European country. He tried to bro science in himself, and he tried to teach himself, and he completely burned out. But yeah, there are some worse students. They all have the same problem. They all have a cortisol problem. They always have this stress hormone in their system, and they freeze up, and they don't know what to say to a woman, and they talk super fast. Those are usually the worst students. So if you're unteachable and you're full of cortisol, maybe you need to get that handled first before you train with me. Who is your best student? The one you're talking about, that guy looks like a... No. Okay, but not that guy. How long are your Skype sessions? Normally they're an hour, but if I like talking to you, I might make them longer. Who knows? But usually they're around 1 hour. But for Skype, they're $300 an hour for infield analysis. They talk about how they can analyze infields, but they don't even know what the fuck to analyze because they're value-denying pieces of shit. They have no clues. My analysis leads them, even during COVID-19, to get laid in the very first Skype. My very best student was a Filipino guy who had 150 lays. And it wasn't because he was emotionally good. He's emotionally like a little bit narcissistic. He's aggressive when he's pulling. But however, for him, what was good about him was his social skills and his social calibration. He had a perfect body language. He didn't have the emotions, but his game was weak, so I helped him with that. So that gave him most of the results. And his fashion is good. It's kind of like mine. So now you guys know. So basically, Michael Jordan, Pakistani mentor like Michael Jordan cannot teach. And this is in Vancouver, guys. This is like not easy. The industry has this mentor mindset, this bro science. They would rather listen to the bro science rather than a doctor instead of some fucking bodybuilder. Imagine you went to a doctor, or will you go to a bodybuilder if you want some advice on how to build more muscles? Who will you trust? Someone like Cali Muscles, or some guy like, I don't know, whoever the fuck is out there, some weightlifter. Will you trust a weightlifter to teach you like how to build muscles because they look like they're big, therefore they know because they're the bro science, right? They're the mentor types, but you don't know how to get their muscles. You don't know how they actually achieve their muscles. So therefore, I would trust the doctor because the doctor might know something that they don't. They might tell me to take weight, do this, get enough sleep. They might know the actual science behind it, not the bro science. Does that make sense? So next time you say, well, he got results, I get results automatically. No, because sometimes there's what they call hidden value. You don't actually know where the value is hidden. They always deny their own value, but they're not telling you what the women are attracted to because it's not good for marketing. It's not good for marketing. They don't make money by doing that. So they use bro science to manipulate you and to give you half truths. That's what they do. You might think that you're going to absorb everything from a mentor. In the end, you have to rebuild everything that they teach. It's all about the student results. It's all about the student results. Where are their COVID-19 late testimonials with their bro science and their opinions as facts? People aren't stupid. How about, this is what I think. Forget about all this stuff I said. Forget about all that stuff I said on YouTube Live. Forget about all the stuff they said. Forget about their infields. Forget about my infields. Forget about all this rhetoric. Look at the student results. It tells you everything. If their products don't have a lot of students' late testimonials, but their boot camps have more than their products, then obviously the product was not designed in such a way to get you laid. It was just to funnel you as a treatment to another treatment, which is a boot camp. You're like, oh shit, that's profound shit, John. That's profound shit. Who are the best students? How long is not only a hidden value, but different circumstances for each student? Yeah, I'm able to get them all laid despite their circumstances. You see guys who are 50 years old and over. You guys see guys in 40 years old, bald students, tall students, short students, white students, black students, Middle Eastern students. I have the most Indian students laid for Daygame in the world, as usual. Yes, short Indians, short Asians, tall Asians, medium Asians, no emotions Asians, Filipino Asians, Vietnamese. They don't have any of that shit. They don't. So it's just bro science. They get like one tall Asian laid, and suddenly they're they know everything. Like Asians don't have any emotions. You know, from my Asian students, whoever think that you have empathy or emotions for Asian students, stand up now or forever hold your peace. Tell me that you have it. And I'll call you full of shit because I trained you. Name one. Stand up and say, me. I guarantee you no such Asian student will exist because they all know, they're all laughing. Like every time they talk to the women, they start laughing because they can't connect with her. They're like, but at least their body language and their social skills gets them 5 out of 10 points. But I digress. Let's continue. So this industry has this mentor mindset. They will rather listen to bro science. You know, oh, the doctor doesn't look as ripped, right? Therefore, that's irrelevant shit. So, like I said, you don't absorb everything from your mentors at all. You might absorb maybe 15, 20%, you know, and you got to rebuild yourself. You're not the same person. So if I want to learn how to write better sales letters, I could even go to a mentor who basically knows how to write it and just say, John, fix this, this, and this. Or I can go to a coach who can actually make me do exercises, drills, and make me better. So it really depends. Do you want the mentor, which may or may not get you results? In most cases, they don't get that many student results, hypothetically speaking. Or do you want the coach that can get you the results? He may not be the best PUA in the world, but he's still good enough to be a Phil Jackson of the industry. So that's my point. All right. So for marketing, bro science is the same. You show us. So for example, if you look at marketing, there's a lot of bro science too. A guy will show a screenshot. When I was in ClickFunnels and I was using it for the Johnny Lee dating site, $300 a month. One guy will show, look at me, I made $200,000 this month or something. He puts a screenshot, you can see it going up, and everyone's like, all the sheeps are like, oh my God, 200,000 a month. And then they all go train under him with bro science because he's the mentor. But where did he make the money from? Where do you guys think? Is it because his business that he made the money? No. He made the money from the dumb zombie sheeps that saw the screenshots. Do you get it? It's like, I made this much a month. I made like 100K. I made 50K. It's all from the bro science of the people that look at the screenshots and train under him, because they make these assumptions. And now you're wondering, holy shit, you're right, John. So stop using bro logic. Stop using bro logic. Look at how many students laid during COVID-19. Everything else is a distraction, because at the end of the day, when you look at the student results, you're going to end up just like the students. Everything else is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. So, this is the logic that they have. So, it's not very difficult to have a logic. It's usually A plus B equals. There's two types of logic. This is a Johnny Elite logic. A, B. Okay? A, B. That's it. So B is lay testimonial. For example, self-proclaimed high Laycount guy, at least he has 2. 2 is better than 0. However, this is their logic. A plus B must equals C. Use fucking zombie. That's their logic. A plus B equals C. See that? Because now they're saying, because of I'm this way and I have lower circumstances or some bullshit, which we all know is bullshit, hidden value, fucking half truth pill. And then they say, then I'm the best coach for you. It's like, whoa. Where the fuck is this leap of logic? Because RSD says if you have high vibrational energy and you take massive action, then you become the best pickup artist in the world. No, only 1% of the RSD victims gets results. Don't you get it? A plus B doesn't always equal C, because they're manipulating your perception. Once they say this is my lay counts or this is my results, then guess what happens? Just like that marketer that says, look at my $200,000 screenshot that I made this month, therefore you're all going to get the same results. But he made that from the actual students who are sheeps. Does that make sense? So stop listening to bro science. This is bro science because I have worse circumstances and because I have this accent or some bullshit, which the women doesn't even know their ethnicity. Therefore, they're the best to teach you. Or they are this, and because they're getting older, they are best to teach you. Because they are this and they are that, they are the best. Bullshit. This is just lay testimonials. And let's write COVID-19, lay testimonials. This is the only thing you need to concern yourself with right here. B. A. B. What the fuck is all that C in here? Oh, look at my videos, my advice videos. I make so much sense. Blah, blah, blah. No, you're being brainwashed. If you're dumb enough to listen to that shit, you deserve to be gaslighted by the bro science of people saying, look at me. I got this much screenshots. Sorry. Got like something right in the middle of my nose. Fucking booger or something. But anyways, I digress. Fuck. Okay, I'll try. I'm going to ignore it and try to go through it. Okay? So A plus B, does that make sense? Okay. So why are you listening to bro science? Why are you listening to bro science? I say smash bro science. Doesn't even matter how many things they say. Because they are a mentor. Sure, if you're looking for a mentor, just know for a mentor that there are limitations for a mentor. There are limitations for a mentor. They can say whatever they want, whatever theory that they want. It doesn't matter. If B does not lead to student results during COVID-19 for Daygame, imagine a coach is saying all this stuff. You know what? I'm different than all the other coaches. I'm different. All the other coaches are wrong because of this and that. I'm different. But who gives a shit about their opinions? Or I think the opinions, this is like, there was this black dude always showing up on these Facebook groups. He's talking about testosterone is the best thing and the only factor that matters, the hormones. Fucking delusional. Where the fuck is his B, his lay testimonials? He doesn't have any. 0. Give a thumbs up if you guys are liking this. And this video is sponsored by Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero. I don't have to change the course because it works before, during, and even will be after COVID-19. Elite 30 has been used by naturals for thousands of years. You just don't realize it. The course never goes out of style. That's why I don't need to make new courses. It's not some bro science. Like game fucking expires really quickly. But however, skills like social skills and social calibrations, these things never ever expire. That means I have been selling this course for many, many years. Okay. Fuck, the booger finally went. Okay, that's gross. I've been selling the same course for many years. I don't have to update like crazy, and it still gets students laid. Why does it do that? Because Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero is not bro science. It is something that is universal. Social skills, social calibration, which they dismiss. They just want to talk about emotions and some game tactics and technical game or some zombie shit. That's all they talk about. Zombie shit. What the fuck does that have to do with my Asian students getting results? They're short, they're skinny, they're not good looking, but they still get results because of social skills and social calibrations, not bro science. If they want to add a little bit of my playbook in the game, yeah, they can have a little bit of boost here. But the more social skills, social calibrations that you have, the less game that you need. If they want to take care of emotions, just take ashwagandha. You'd be chilled like a natural. Take a lot of ashwagandha. Problem solved. So stupid. Anyways, I digress. Let's continue. So when you look at the bro science, okay? Fuck, that was gross. I just swallowed a booger. Okay. They'll add, like that they're the best POA in between. Of course, that's debatable. Self-proclaimed high Laycount guy might say, "Oh, I have the most optimized system," or some bullshit for work for Daygame, 2 Lay testimonials. Well, 2 is better than 0. I mean, but that shows all that disconnection, all that spin. You might be thinking, well, he has the highest Laycount, therefore he's the best coach for Daygame. He don't have any fucking testimonials. So A plus B does not equal C. Boom. Fuck that shit. I can't wait for my ashwagandha and St. John's wort to come in. Great. But do you guys see my point? What the fuck does that? All that rhetoric is brainwashing. What does that have to do with you getting late? Nothing. So anyone could talk a good game, and they could talk about how good their analysis is. But where the fuck are their student results during COVID-19? Are you saying that the game, the LMS, game is just a value delivery system? Are you saying the LMS only is suitable before COVID-19? How come the old products doesn't work during COVID-19? And why do I need to make new products? Why do John Elite have to come up with new products? If I already have 2 products that works, this is like Pfizer and the other one's Moderna. Why the fuck do I have to invent new shit? Why? It already works. Why do I have to make a new product? Why do you guys think I don't make a new product? It's simple. A plus A to B. It already works. Get it? Why am I creating new products? I only will create products if it doesn't work and I need money. I don't need money. You want a fucking new product, take the John Elite Inner Circle. There's enough fucking information in there to last like 3 or 4 products. Seriously, I can literally put them all together, cut them up, and make 3 new products or 4 in the next week. That's how much material is in the Inner Circle. I kept it secret from you. You guys haven't learned shit from the YouTube live. You should see the Inner Circle. It's almost like this on steroids. Like step by step and everything. It's almost like the playbook 2 and the playbook 3 and the playbook 4. So John, why are you holding on us? It doesn't matter. The point is this. My product already gets people laid. Don't listen to the fucking spin, even if you think I'm spinning right now. The thing is that the ingredients already works. You guys know what I'm saying is the truth. The ingredients don't need to be changed. I change the ingredients, the cake will not bake. You start changing the flour and just like, let me add a little bit more of this shit. Or you change like a little bit of social skills in it. You change a little. It's a perfect fucking formula. All the modules, all the stuff, all this, it leads to student results. So it makes you think, were they intentionally teaching you a course that does not work? If you look at the amount of lay testimonials what they have for the course, let's say they have 5 lay testimonials for all few of their courses. Let's say hypothetically speaking, they have like multiple courses and they only have like 5 lay testimonials for all of them. And then they have more bootcamp students laid. Not as much as me yet, but they have more bootcamp students laid. Okay? Then does the course work? No, their courses don't work because it is there to upsell you to the boot camp. So they're using the bro sciences to gaslight your brain. So, but John, I could argue, I don't give a fuck. Where the fuck are the lay testimonials for the students during COVID-19? Maybe it's better to wait 3 months or something and see whether or not there are any students laid. I remember one time, for me, I've not been vaccinated because I'm waiting to see the people adverse effects, and I've seen like quite a bit every single day. There's this guy on my Facebook, this Punjabi guy. Every day he's talking about the bro science of the vaccines. Of course, it could be a good thing, but he told me every single day he's dissuading people. So I'm waiting, and I'm sure to some degree it works. I know the risk, but I do have a needle phobia, so that's why I'm not taking it yet. So the boot camps will have to be a little bit delayed until I get over my fear. But I digress. My point is this: I already have the cure. I already have the cure in my products. If I have the cure, and this is not some spin, I'm not going to say A plus B plus C. I already played over and over the student lay testimonials. It is so hard to get student lay testimonials. If you think my Daygame system is like anybody else, then where the fuck is their Daygame lay testimonials? Would they get any Daygame lay testimonials? Maybe for a new product? What, the same fucking 5 lay testimonials as before? Come on now. Is it really a similar system? No, they have no idea what the fuck I teach. They have no idea. It's just opinions is facts. It's bro science. It's like zombie. Let's speak to the zombies. Let's give them what they want to hear. So yeah, even if they claim the best day gamer, you might think, oh, that's dating coaches, your ethnicity, right? You might even think that. You might be dumb enough to think with their bro science that because they're your same ethnicity, that they're the only choice. That's dumb. My white student did not want to listen to me until I got him laid. When I got him laid, then he finally listens to me, and he didn't commit suicide, that London guy. He was about to commit suicide in the end of the month, just ready to end it all. But guess what? He finally realized it's kind of like black people that only vote for Obama. He black, I black, I vote Obama. I vote Obama because I'm black. Obama. Not to sound racist or nothing, but that's true. They automatically assume with bro science that because Obama is black, they're black. And of course, you might be saying, well, the other coach is Asian, right? He's tall and stuff. Go with him because it's all game. No, that matters too. The SMV. Let's say Indian, for example. Do they look like they're Indians, first of all? And second of all, are they like whitewash Indians, blackwash, or Middle Eastern wash Indian? Like they don't even seem like they're Indians. Like they don't seem like they're the negative stereotypes. Right? So it's not just Indians. You can talk about white dating coaches too. You can talk about black. You can talk about Latino dating coaches, if they still exist. You talk about any race, really, Italian, this and that. You think just because they're your race, that's why you listen to AMS, Alpha Man Strategies or some shit. Oh, he black, I listen to him. Be on your purpose. Be on your purpose. What the fuck does that mean? So, how many testimonials does it mean to be good? Well, how many do they have during COVID-19 for most dating coaches? They have so few. Maybe show something. All right, some of them don't even have one. They might have it before COVID-19, but 0 during COVID-19, or maybe they might have one in a boot camp or 2. Maybe it's harder to teach boot camps during COVID-19, but there are some people that taught some boot camps that got some white students laid. White dating coaches that got some white students laid, okay? Not minorities, but the point is this. How many is enough? I don't know. Just the best thing to do, if you don't want to spin this, is, how about this? You give me a number. What do you think is good? I get a lot that I'm a Latino and I'm Indian. Exactly. The reason why you look at your Latino and you're Indian, my old roommate looks like a Latino and he's still in Mexico right now. He's still in Mexico. I always had to check up with him just to make sure he's still alive. It's dangerous over there. But for him, he looks like a Latino too. He looks very Latino. They cannot tell. He's in Mexico. Tell me, how many late testimonials? Let's just say for a dating coach. Give me a number. Just a realistic number of a dating coach. roughly? Maybe 6, maybe 4, maybe 39, or maybe 30. Let's say 30, okay? Let's say that's the upper limit, the most late testimonials a dating coach ever had besides me, which is, so let's use a calculator. So what's 478 late post testimonials divided by 30? That's 15.93 times, almost 14 times more late testimonials. So it's my game. Most people don't have 100 late testimonials for Daygame. You know that? And even if they did, right, my game is 4 times better. But nobody actually has 100. Seriously. Because to collect a testimonial, it has to be during the training period. But most dating coaches have like 2, 6, 12, and the upper limit is around 30 or less, or roughly around there. Do you see how good I am as a dating coach? The word coach, not a mentor, but dating coach. So most people have 0. Seriously, look at Charisma King. He has 0. RSD, the reason why they can't collect the testimonials is because when they get laid after like 6-7 months of spam approaching, after like 4,000 approaches, then that 1% gets laid. The short guys don't get laid, right? The guys who like have no SMV. And then they go from another RSD coach. They go Tyler to Julian, no lay. Then they go to RSD Todd, no lay. And it becomes like that for 6 to 8 years. Don't you guys get it? How good I am? 478. And let's say another coach, right? Maybe they're decent. They have like 14, around 14. They got something. They got their own race late, but they have 14. Well, let's say that's a decent amount. Let's do the math. If hypothetically speaking, that's what they got. Because I've seen many guys with 0 during COVID-19. So 478 divided by 14. Okay? I still got 34 times as much. Let's say they had 2 late testimonials, like self-proclaimed high Laycount guy. 478 divided by 2 equals 239 times more. You see that? So is my game that much more calibrated than them? Sure. So it's a value system. Daygame is all about value. They're talking about skill. They're talking about game. In reality, game is just a value delivery system of your LMS that they deny. All right, I digress. Let's continue. So for RSD, like zombies, how do they perceive things? How do they see the world? Because we have to talk about the audience who believes in this bro science. Zombies have no ability to think. If you're using high vibrational energy, okay, you won't anger the zombie horde. So they are supposed to listen and be comforted like sheeps. So if high vibrational energy matters, then every dating coach like JT Tren and RSD Tyler means they're God with women. Her panties are soaked. Well, guess what? That is not the case. So high vibrational energy is not the answer. You're saying, look at how the dating coaches behave. That has nothing to do with it. Because there's lots of sociopathic dating coaches, for example, who can wear a mask. Just look at their eyes. Are they intense? Yeah, because they're wearing a mask. They're a sociopath. Some people don't wear a mask. They don't wear a mask. And if they're a sociopath and they're narcissistic, then they're very Machiavellian. When one thing leads to another. And if they only use POA lines, they dismiss social skills, social calibrations, and they're emotional. There are a lot of dating coaches out there who could be autistic. A lot of them are autistic as fuck. And they don't even know it. That's the problem. They think that they're the go-to source and they know everything. They're autistic as fuck. As long as they're using DHV stories and flirting nonstop and doing gamey technical shit, it's the opposite of the naturals that I was talking about before. It's almost like 2 realities. The naturals are human beings and the zombies are fucking undead. Subhumans. So what's happening when they're talking about my technical game and this and that? They're just talking zombie talk. Zombie talk don't get testimonials. Human talk gets testimonials. Zombies don't get testimonials. Oh, look at me. No. Humans are naturals. And I've been trained by like so many naturals. Mentored. They don't know how to train people, but I've been mentored by so many naturals. Their human talk is the reason why my game is so good. Because when I teach this stuff, it works. This is why the zombies love self-development, because they want to be more human. I want to be more human, John. Shut up, zombie. Shut up. Stop talking. You're not supposed to be talking. This is why. This is just coded speech for high vibrational energy. John, you don't get it because you don't have high vibrational energy. The people with the high vibrational energy are the most offended snowflake cunts I've ever met in my entire life. They're the most sociopathic. They're the most autistic, the most delusional people I've ever met. The ones who think high vibrational energy exists. It is a stupid talk for marketing speech to not offend the sheeps. Even JT Trent has high vibrational energy. He's very positive. He's very expressive. But guess what? He's very Machiavellian. He only comes back when there is money to be made. JT Trent only comes back when there's money to be made during lockdown 3. When it's over, now he's back magically. You see that? He only cares about the money. High vibrational energy is another term to extract the money from the zombies. The zombies, for example, and the 1% of the zombies that do get laid from RSD, and they do exist, by the way, they're very, very vocal. Oh, brains, RSD, high vibrational energy. Oh, yeah. Oh, they tell you that's the only option. They'll tell you that's the only option. That's the funny thing. If it's just 1% and is over time, it's not an optimized system. So now that we look for COVID-19 late testimonials from other dating coaches, what does it matter if they got results during COVID-19? Where are their student results? They don't have any, so therefore they have to distract you talking about all these other things. Where are their student results? Come on. Where are their student results for COVID-19? No. This is not there. Doesn't exist. If it's there, it's just very few. Very few and very far in between. So technical games. Okay, so for example, if the zombies, their audience did not get laid with their products, and that's why you should wait a few months before you buy their products, just like vaccinations. You want to see if there's any adverse effects or whether or not there are people getting results. If they're not getting results in their products and they're confused, it's like John's predicting the future again. If you're confused and the first thing in your mind, your thought is, oh, I better get a boot camp, right? Because maybe there's something wrong with me, right? This, that authority. No, it's called you've been manipulated by bro science. You bought into their bullshit. You weren't taught everything. Some things are more confusing than others. And by the time you try to implement it, your game gets worse. Now you think to yourself, well, it's something wrong with me, so therefore I need a boot camp. Wait a minute. A plus B equals, it's just B. There's no spin in between. My students are getting results even without boot camp. But John, how can you get students laid without boot camp? Isn't it all a boot camp? I'm one of the very few coaches in the world that can do it. Very few can do it like this. So I've always been able to do that. I used to have 10 late testimonials in 1 week, 40 a month. So it's COVID, so it's a little bit less, but I still have more than everyone else combined. So it's like they don't even fucking stand a chance. So for the zombies, a lot of people are dropping off because they know it's true, that they are zombies. So if my products already work during COVID-19, then that's not the treatment, it's the cure. It's the cure. For them, it's the treatment that's going to lead you down another treatment, a very expensive treatment. By the time you spend the money for a whole week on boot camps, and we're talking about we're going by my prices. I charge 800 USD a day. 800 times 7 equals $56,000. Or I mean 5,600. 560. 5,600. That's how much is going to come out of your pocket, plus the other 400 for the product, which is, almost $6,000. But here you can get laid for so cheap. Elite Access, Elite 30, or Elite Bundle. It's costing you a fraction of that. Don't listen to what I have to say. Just look at my student results. They tell you everything. You don't know what you don't know. And if people are dropping off, that's fine. The point is ignore my infields, ignore the infields, ignore all that shit. Just look at the student results. Ignore all the A plus B equals C. That's it. That's it. My students beat every metric. They get models. They're older. Even Asians are getting laid during COVID-19. Every fucking metric has been beaten. by my students. A lot of them get women above their look scale, way above. So ABC attraction, Queef and Casanova. Only one lay testimonial, but I'm not even sure if it's a lay. It's a 6 pose for one of them. One short guy. Congratulations. But now they think they're a god. And the night game pose. No, but one day game, right? But you've been thinking that's good, man. They're not you, John, but other companies. No, one is not good. There's no proof for ABCs. They just claim it before they sell boot camps. I want to see some proof. Is there proof? Well, I don't know. I haven't seen any screenshots. I haven't seen any sort of lays in the pics. And sometimes they don't want to post a lay in the pics. That's fine with me. But where the fuck is the proof? So that's what I'm saying. And don't shoot the messenger. Since I am right. Since my student results are the science and is repeatable. You got to think, what is the difference between bro science and science? Science is repeatable. My student results is kind of like roulette. You spin the wheel and the ball falls on all these numbers. Imagine every single time the same results happen. So every single time you're going to have a bunch of bald students who are tall who gets laid with women above their look scale. Every fucking time. You're always going to have older students who also gets laid every single time. Don't blame me because my students are the science. There's the bro science. They only get students that can fit into a boyfriend, girlfriend frame. Positive stereotypes. Or at least like certain races that are valuable. I can get them all laid. Even the short ones. The short Asians. Even the negative stereotype Indians. How many do they have for Indians? If they're, how many for Daygame? Very few. So how many do they have like for Asians? Short. 0. How many do they have for Asians in general? 1. Well, then shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's fucking delusional bro science. That's what I think. Anyways, my results, my Asian students, their results, like I said, they speak for themselves. They speak for themselves. Other dating coaches, they have something called opinions as facts. That's how sociopaths think. A plus B equals C. Opinions as facts. I have facts as opinions. That's the difference. So this one over here, okay, 1. Okay, 1 and 2. 1 is called opinions as facts. Opinions as facts. So they literally will sprout their opinions as if it's the only fact of the universe. So number 2 over here is called facts as opinions. So here's the funny thing about facts as opinions. There was a guy on YouTube Live asking me a question for one of my videos. He asked, John, is it the bald students who are above 5'9" or something? Do they get more results? I was too tired to answer the question. I was like, oh, whatever, right? My short students get results. I went to sleep. Just like now, after I finish with this, I'm going to sleep. However, I look at the results. I look at all my bald students. Every single one of the bald students have gotten women above their look scale, except for the short Indian 5'4" guy. How is that possible? The Vietnamese student in the boot camp video, he banged an 8.5 out of 10 in Las Vegas. He's a bald Asian guy in Las Vegas banging at 8.5, and she turns out she was actually Canadian from Vancouver, which is kind of strange. He banged a blonde and he had a wingman. So if he was an Asian guy and he was kind of tall and he was muscular because he had to work out and he was able to bang that woman, and on boot camp, the very first approach, after he left to the airport to leave to the whatever, and he banged another woman. He banged another woman. So let's take a look at his late testimony, or let's take a look at his video clip. Let's take a look at his video clip. It's here somewhere. I'm sure of it. But it tells an interesting story. It debunks. I'm just going to keep posting bald student late testimonials one after another. I'm going to be a PUA coach. Yeah, you're not going to get a single late testimonial. So that's all I'm saying. You're not even going to get one single late testimonial. Because they don't have your SMV, but whatever. Okay. Look at this guy. see that when you touch her at the right times and you flirt at the right times, you're calibrated. And you can read her body language. I can read her body language. Tell her about your story, how you got here. You got here from the United States. There's no such thing as a numbers game. Focus on her. Just do exactly what I say. She's been here for 3 months. It's not just keeping her mind occupied. Sometimes you gotta experience the vibe together. Paul? It's getting better and better. Paul? And what happened? She starts getting more invested. Now, if you can understand this flow concept, you can almost keep her on the line. But now things are getting worse. He's going back to his old bullshit flow. He's so wrong because you run on things and you're worried because you're so not used to connecting. See? I can't even talk to you. He's Asian. He has no connection whatsoever. He's got some height. He's got some fashion, and he's got, you know. I'm just telling you, don't shoot the messenger. He bagged an 8.5 in Las Vegas. Fucking motorcycle. No, man, you know, if I had my brain in you, that would have been the same deal. Even though he got the same day LA in Las Vegas, right before he came to the boot camp. No, she's 8 out of 10, not 8.5. He still got but still. On the first. Yeah, this 8 out of 10, not 8.5. My mistake. But regardless, it's still above his look scale. He's like a fucking 3 out of 10 in looks. So he's Asian too. It's like so many fucking theories about bald. Apparently, if the women are into bald men, then why are we projecting theories that it's harder being bald? Are they even bald, or are they just shaving off their hair? Why would they do that? To look more like a certain race? Come on now. Fucking stupid. Right afterwards in the airport. But usually not used to it in the beginning. They put pussy on the pedestal. And a lot of the Asian men, they don't connect too well. They don't focus on her. They're not curious. Yeah, the reason why she did not come with you ready for dates today is because she's not invested enough. She can never be off the line. It's almost like a game of computers. It's not a numbers game. It's science, not an art. Every approach, I like to say, is the same. He's flirting with her. He's touching. He's doing all that shit. He's getting better and better. His conversational skills has dramatically improved. Your game has improved a lot, but you have hit a brick wall. Therefore, you got an emotional brick wall. So yeah, he got a same day lay right in the. Hold on a second. Somebody wants to use a Skype. Okay, so when a couple, for a couple years back, looking at this one, asking about drills I can use to practice conversation. All right, you guys schedule a Skype sometime in the future. So right now I'm on YouTube Live. I cannot talk, but sometime maybe next week. My schedule is full for this week completely. I'm completely booked. But next week I might have a spot opening. So contact me maybe like earlier in the month or something, or earlier in the week. So yeah, so I always got a lot of students like, you know, talking. Thank you for not always contacting me for my students during YouTube Live, so I can get the message out there. All right. So are you guys getting the point here? There's a lot of things that just doesn't make sense. Where are their fucking student results for COVID-19? So most people have no idea why I teach human game, not zombie autistic game. While my game may look simple, it requires 10 times the skills. And skill raises your value. Same with SMVing it or LMSing it. Game, that's what game is. Game is just LMSing it. Every flirt, every long autistic DHV story, it's just vibing your LMS or SMV. But if you can raise your social skills, social calibrations, that gives you additional 5 out of 10 points. But it takes time to develop. It takes 30 days to develop. It takes 21 days to improve a habit. Maybe the problem is the habits. But the shortcut is the long cut. Basically, you think the game is a shortcut. But that's the long cut if you don't have SMV. If you got SMV, then game is okay for you. What do you think of MGTOW dictionary? I have no idea what MGTOW dictionary is, but I think MGTOW is stupid. And I think most of the RSD victims are going to Thailand afterwards when they quit during COVID-19, go to engineering school and go to Thailand. I think that's a secret plan. I've heard this from many people. So the long cut is the shortcut leading to the 478 laid post testimonials. At the end of the day, you're paying a dating coach to get you laid. You're not paying to worship like a zombie or to sell you the dream or the hope or whatever the fuck that means. It is to get laid. You can choose whatever coach you want. They have a right to eat too. There's enough food for everyone during COVID-19. But however, if I see something that contradicts my student results, like the bold theory, which is complete fucking bullshit, at first I may have believed it until I look at my student results and I realize, shit, that's actually not true. When I see something like that, of course I'm going to stand for my student results. I mean, what the fuck? He's not the only bald student that got results. It's like they all got results. All my bald students got women above their look scale. Remember this guy?
Hey guys, how's it going? This is a video testimonial for John Ali.
Hear that?
So a little bit about myself. I worked for RSD Nation and their programs out here in Vancouver. And I've been in the game for many years.
Faster.
David D'Angelo, W. Dating, Copy Funny, there was Mystery, there was Pickup Artist TV shows, there was tons of stuff. It was all gaming strategies, right? Then I found John Ali, and all I did was take his Elite 30 course, and everything changed. It was all just social skills, social calibrations, how to not be creepy, not just be chill.
Even though they deny it and say it's all emotions. This guy's a very emotional, autistic guy. But however, he's banged models way above his look scale. His golden ratio is like 82%. However, he may not look like a good-looking guy. So looks theory might debunk it. But he's tall. He's 6'2", and he's Middle Eastern.
Normal in the eyes of the world. Then now John is able to pick everything up and they put it in structure. Put it all in structure so that it was so when you take it, it's good stuff. So I recommend. I would only take it Elite 30, and even for business it was great because before talking to clients it was more kind of to the point and just whatever. But now with after Elite 30 it was more connecting, comfort, friend vibe, all this stuff, and closing sales left, right, and center. And then let's talk about the ladies. So I'm at well over 20 now, and there was even during COVID there was two girls. One was a Colombian chick, just walked up to her outside. The SkyTrain was chatting this that, and going back to her plate.
I'll post all his laid pics and videos. He sent me way too many. I'll try to find a way to censor and put it on his next video testimonial because he got even more lays.
Just we're talking about UFC because she had like anime t-shirt in her hand and they were just chatting about UFC, excited like UFC, and just normal banter back and forth, back to the place, transition to some drinks, and wouldn't know whip it out. So that was one of them. Another thing I was emulating for like some of the street games I did was like I would chat with the chicks and build comfort, and then I would do the Snapchat trick where you're like, hey, this girl on Snapchat, and you're chatting. I'd make out with them in clubs, just pull them in the club, and get them for drinks after building comfort. And there was one chick I finger banged on the street, blonde, young blonde, 18-year-old blonde. She couldn't get into one of the bars, just hanging out there, we're chilling, talking. I was just bugging her, joking around.
Yeah, I'll show you the screenshot when he fingered his 18-year-old blonde.
And being social. And
I have it.
She's just like, make out with me right now. She's like, grab me. I was like, okay. She's like, I started fingering her right on the street. So I know that. And it was again just access being social, normal, not gaming. So
not gaming.
I recommend Elite 30. I haven't taken the playbook yet, and because I've had already so much results already, so it's like highly recommend Elite 30, especially if you're one of these gaming guys or just all the game. Take Elite 30, watch it a few times, internalize it, put it to practice, and you want it back. All right, thanks, John, for everything. Also, I forgot to mention. So I wanted to just chat about one of this game Lisa got. So I was at the hot dog stand on Granville Street, and I was a little bit drunk. This is what I got a watch because John was like, "Hey, get a better watch or whatever," as a conversation piece. So I just got this ice-cold, black diamond watch, and the girl opened me. She was an Asian chick. She was like, "Hey, I like that watch. What kind of watch is that?" I was looking at it, touching it and stuff, right? And she also had a boyfriend. And again, use social skills, chatting about watches and stuff like that while chatting. Obviously, I'm throwing in that that fun vibe. And we ended up jumping in a cab, going back to her place, and I banged her. And I felt bad after because like she was texting her boyfriend while I got the picture of her too. I was like, "Well, I got a picture of her because I wanted to send it to John." And I got a model Instagram girlfriend, and same thing, just social skills, treating on normal, good vibe, intelligence, and all this kind of stuff. And that was good. And when I learned about these young Instagram models, well, the one I was dating was just, they party quite a bit, and it started affecting my mental health going out there. Like, what happens when you learn this stuff and you learn John Lee's 30 social skills program? You now become a person that has choice. You're not in scarcity mindset anymore. You're not like, like you're just like, oh, it's like keeping hot chicks, models, random chicks and stuff. You start to develop your own profile of who you want, what you like and dislike in a person. And now you have the skills to go and pick and choose, go out there and get to know someone and say, this is a shitty person. I don't like girls that cheat now. I don't like girls that are cheaters and cheats and all that stuff, or they have boyfriends or anything. Yeah, it's fun. It's an experience. It's good to have. To go out there and you have these experiences. And these experiences with the skill sets you learn from Elite 30, you now become a person of.
Yeah. Don't you see there's a similar pattern? Always Elite 30, always social skills, but people keep dismissing it. They don't talk about it. They just dismiss it and say it's all emotions or a game or some bullshit. It's unscientific. So I mean, my student results, I don't need to use bro science. I don't have to say A plus B equals C. I don't. I can just play the testimonials, and I have like more testimonials to post. So I think I posted 2 of them, or is it 3? I'm not sure how many I posted out of the 12. Right? So it's 12. I posted 2. There's still 10 more or something. 10 more late testimonials. Let's just post them all this month. Let's just keep posting them over and over. But while I'm posting, I don't want you guys to take it for granted. I want you guys to train with me. It's not easy to get these late testimonials, but let's flood YouTube with more late testimonials. Maybe a few YouTube lives in between, but more and more late testimonials. Fuck all this stupid theories. Fuck all this, oh, look at my infields, I'm the best. Fuck all this so-called self-proclaimed Laycounts. Fuck all this shit. Look at the student results. That's the only thing that fucking matters, because you're going to be just like one of them. John, does Elite 30 help me make more money during socials? Yeah, apparently, for some unknown reason, this guy over here, he was making like 6 figures. He was barely making any money before it, but he was able to socialize and close more deals. Then now he had over 6 figures Canadian money. He posted all on the bed. So he showed me all the $100 bills that he got. And yeah, it does work. And it does work. I can show you pictures. Remind me to do it. You know, it's like these are bald people, and it's like, oh, bald, you should not get results, right? Because it's harder. Well, in my reality, when I think about it, at first I might think, yeah, that's 100% true. But when I look at the bro science versus the actual science, my student results, well, it seems like it's easier for bald people because they get women above their look scale. They get women above their look scale every single time. I'll keep posting bald students until I make my fucking point clear, because I don't care for bro science. Why would they tell you bro science? Maybe it supports their theories. They want to lower their own SMV. They want to downplay their SMV. But women, if women are still into bald guys, even for a 52-year-old student, then why the fuck am I supposed to like pretend that bald is harder? It's the woman who makes the choice, not the men's theories. It's the woman who makes the choice. It just fuck. Okay, let's continue. Anyways, I do have a course called Elite 30 from Marquez to Hero. It is, how do I communicate to the zombies? I'm going to try my best, okay? Dear zombies, a lot of you out there are spam approaching. You're waiting for the next gamey game tactic. You're always thinking it's motions, it's DHV stories, it's the newest tactics. That's zombie game. That autistic, technical sounding autistic shit is sociopathic zombie game. That's what I want to get to you guys. Like Elite 30, when you're zombie hoarding like this, right? With your bad body language, you're creeping out women during COVID-19. If I was so wrong about this, where are the COVID-19 late testimonials? They don't have any. Their theories have broken down during COVID-19. The old products don't even fucking work. New products, who knows? Maybe you should wait a few months to see if it works. Maybe it's more suitable for certain parts of the world, not you. But like I said, I digress. Just look at the student late testimonials. I got plenty to post. Who gives a fuck about infields, or who gives a fuck about like some mentor science, bro science? Look at me, I got big muscles on YouTube. Therefore, you should listen to me over a doctor or a coach. Okay. Insane. But that's all I say. Hope you guys enjoyed today's YouTube live. Give a thumbs up if you guys learn a lot. Remember, look for the person with the most late testimonials for Daygame. Forget about all the times they stand next to women. Forget about all the times they're in the infield. Forget about all their fucking claims. Forget about all their I'm the best, whatever. No, I am the best. I got proof right here. As a dating coach, I am the best in the world for dating. Like, there's no second place. There's no bro science that can beat me. You beat me or you try to beat me, guess what? You get like another fucking couple dozen testimonials shoved up your ass. You can't. You simply can't. There's no way of beating Johnny Lee for a student result in the world. All you can do is dismiss with bro science. That's all you can do. I am the best in the world. And when I say it, I don't say it with hesitation. I don't try to say this and then try to pump up my state and then double down on it. No, when I say I'm the best day game coach in the world, like, the words have fucking meaning because the testimonials are backing it up. So I say, Face LMS disagree with everything you say. Well, guess what? How many late testimonials does Face and LMS have? 0. You couldn't even get his other fucking Black Pill person late. He couldn't even get another person late from Black Pill because they're autistic. So fuck, yeah, exactly. Fuck Face and LMS. They're autistic. So until Face and LMS in his theories got one other person late, I don't think I give a fuck what he thinks. I don't. He disagrees with everything I say. Well, can you disagree with my student results, Face LMS? You cannot disagree with my student results because you don't have any. Your theory's all broken down. You're insane. You're delusional. You're a sociopath. Maybe the problem is you need some ashwagandha, Face LMS. Probably had a bad body language and no social. Yeah, exactly. So this is what they call autism. You need to reduce the autism. So for Face LMS, your first thing you should do is to take 6,000 mg of ashwagandha a day for 60 days. He'll be a lot more nicer, and women will stop being repelled by him. Sometimes it's not about about your looks or whatever, because a lot of my students are not good looking. I'm gonna debunk looks theory maybe in the next video or next one. I'm gonna say the score of all my students. If the students are models and professional actors, I would mention what their real score is, even if they're above 9. And the students, most of my students are like 5 out of 10 in looks, and the fashion makes them look like higher. So how can you disagree when there are 478 late poll testimonials? How could you disagree? That's what I'm saying. Because I had bad body line. There's no way you can disagree with something because there's just too much student results. So there must be a science to everything. And if it's all looks theory, and for example, these guys are like, oh, this guy's a boat cell, he will never get results. What the fuck are you talking about? Some of the boat students are getting results beyond the normal students. That's not bro science, or that's just called delusions. You know what? If they're getting better results than my other students who have hair, and they're getting women like many points up, then instead of opinions as facts, here's the facts as opinions. For my not for other people's students, my students, bald students. You would say, oh, short students, right? Short ethnic Asians, or it's a fucking rice cells or some shit like that. It's short Asians, right? I'm the only dating coach that for Daygame has short Asian men late. Nobody else has it. I'm the only one. JT Tranquilly has one of them, yeah, in Queef and Casanova, 6 polls, but that's it. 1 token Asian. I'm the only one who has nonstop Asian late testimonials for short guys who are Asians. How the fuck is that possible? These guys have no fucking race advantage. They're being beaten up during COVID-19. They have no emotions. They're fucking narcissistic. They're pretty much like just ego trippers. But guess what? I still got them laid. Nobody else can. They might get a 5'10" Asian laid and with the big muscles. Good for them. So fuck Face and whatever his name is. He's probably some fucking sociopath, autistic fuck. And I don't blame you. A lot of dating coaches are just like you. You're a zombie too. You're just a darker zombie. I'm talking about in terms of mood and stuff. And of course, they might say, oh, it's not all game. I agree with that. It's not all game. Game is only 25%. Game is an LMS delivery system. LMS delivery system. Okay. The reason I'm talking this way is because the microphone's here. So game is an LMS delivery system. However, what's missing in your equation for your looks theory is that social skills and social calibrations is not part of LMS. However, if you in most red pill PUA types do not teach social skills or social calibrations and body language. But however, if No, 220 pounds is not too low. It's just muscles. Like, you want to be more muscular and V shape. However, social skills, social calibrations are not mentioned among the other dating coaches. Therefore, because they're not mentioned, this is part of the half-truth pill. Whatever is missing is part of the half-truth pill. This gives you 5 points extra on top of the LMS. This is a hidden advantage my students use. It's not about emotions. Not everyone has good emotions. They might not even score 2.5 out of 10 for their emotions, or their game might not be 2.5 out of 10. But however, you can always improve your social skills, social calibrations. The naturals all have that. If they didn't mention the naturals have social skills and social calibrations, all of them, then you're being told a half-truth pill. That's what's missing. It's not just the emotions, although it's very important. Not all naturals flirt the same. Some have indirect flirts. Some of them like sauces it with unidentifiable emotion. Some of them just ask questions, indirectly flirting, and some of them has a body language to flirt. So it's more than one way of flirting. It's just a really unfair way and a really one-sided way of seeing the world. So China has the second highest GDP. Are Asian men so undesirable? That's a very good question. I thought game is persuasion than LMS. No, game is all about value. Will you teach me indirect flirting on Elite Access? Sure, I will. And also, like, there's a video I made that last YouTube live that covers it. 5'11" is a great height. Not too tall, not too short by any means. Exactly. Even if you can get to 5'11" with shoes and stuff, is the most ideal height. I would say it's just right. 6'2" is a little bit tall. And so I want to answer the question. I think it's a good one. I thought, is game is persuasion the LMS? I think that's a wonderful question. It's actually, here's what they don't want to tell you. They will never tell you this anywhere. They're going to be pissed off I told you this. And I can understand why they'd be pissed off. It's all value. You're like, wait a minute. What about skills, John, or game? It's all value. I'll explain. After this, I'm going to go. But this is going to piss off a lot of people. A lot of people are going to get pissed off. That's not working. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Guys, ready to hear this? This is not going to be easy to hear. But I'm going to tell you the truth anyways. What if I told you the whole thing is value? It has nothing to do with anything. It's just value. L? Looks, right? Has nothing to do with looks. Most of my students are unattractive. It's all about height, a little bit of the face, the fashion, all that shit. Bald does not matter. I've not seen any evidence to support bald matters. So it's out of 10. You understand that? You guys all understand that, right? Money is out of 5 because if Asians have a lot of money, which is not true, but if Asians are perceived to have a lot of money, they only got 5 points. Money is not going to get you laid just by having a lot of money. Status could be perceived natural status. That means you don't have to be actually, they might say, oh, I'm Indian, right? But they look black. Guess what? Women sees them as black. Then they get a black natural status. They see them as Latino, you get a Latino natural status. Lifestyle can give you a few points, but it's all perceived natural status. That's the new word, perceived. This one's all at 10. See that? Looks, money, status, right? You guys get it? Looks, money, status. But where's the hidden value? This is the hidden value. You see that? Social skills is out of 2.5. This is something that looks, face, element, whatever the fuck, does not understand because he doesn't understand social skills. Social calibrations equals 2.5. Naturals have these two. That's 5 points. They don't understand. They'll never talk about it. So for some reason, this is omitted. The half-truth pill is whenever something is spin and the components, they look like they're telling you the truth. But whatever small component that they're missing, it is the half-truth pill. You guys get it? They're always missing that small component. It means it's true. And of course, emotional control, not about vibing the emotions, like, oh, because naturals all vibe the emotion. No, you're going to have some emotional control. Okay? You want to control your emotions. This is 2.5. You see that? You see that? In game, it's a value delivery system. Game is connected to the LMS. See that? The LMS is connected to the game. You're like, really? Yeah, because game is just a value delivery system of your LMS. It does not deliver these three, okay? But they try to use emotions to deliver it, vibing their SMV. You guys get it? You guys get it? So game is just 2.5. That's when they limit in terms of the game. When they max out their game, they have to start emoting. They have to add emotions to the game, and then they have to fix their body language a little bit. But for some, because they already over the line, because they may look like a white, black, or Latino, or Middle Eastern, and tall, even though they claim whatever height, and maybe they did shrink, who knows? But with their shoes, right, they're way above 5'11", and they're way taller than me before, even without shoes. So what the fuck? And I of course, maybe I shrink in height too because I'm older now. You can lose bone density and height over time, and if they have some kind of disease, I have a spondylosis, a little bit of a curved lower spine. Yeah, it's not good for you. It makes you pee more. Maybe they have spine problems. Go to a chiropractor. They can solve the issue. The height can come back. They'll be popping all the way back up past their real height. Again, get a chiropractor. Stop dismissing it, because if they have like a back problem all this time, you can get a lot of extra height out of it. So, having said that, do you see that? So game is an LMS delivery system. They're only looking at this right here. They're using a little bit of this too. When you look at it, this is how it's done. This is the big secret. It's not difficult to understand. Social skills, social calibrations, they dismiss. Emotional control in game. The only difference is that they're using game first, and then they're vibing, they're emoting their LMS, and then going for social calibrations into social skills. You understand that? It's just this way. I rather teach your students this way. You see that? Social skills, social calibrations first. The hidden value. You see that? Over here. You see that? Right here. This is hidden. This is extra 5 points that people have not accessed yet. Get it? They have not figured out how to use this. This takes 30 days to learn. At least 7 days for social skills and fucking 30 days to get the social calibrations. But they're like, John, that's the long cut. No. Most students take months and months to get laid, or even longer for Daygame by SMVing it with their LMS. So when they're LMSing it, the only student lay testimonials they got before were all guys who fit into the boyfriend frame. That's it. That means all the negative stereotypes is not really that suitable for it. All their students are the boyfriend-girlfriend frame. So they flirt nonstop, and they flirt with their fucking stupid romantic sexual shit. So therefore, all their student results, all are at least somewhat positive stereotype minorities. They're not super good looking, but they at least fit into the boyfriend-girlfriend frame. It's not because they have good game. Most of my students that are tall and they're white, black, and Latino, white, black, and Middle Eastern, they automatically get girlfriends. They don't even need any fucking game. So 5'11" is short, 6'2" is perfect. I still think 5'11" is very optimized because not too tall, not too short, and you can still wear elevated shoes to get to 6'2". But yeah, 6'2" is very good. That's where a lot more of the quantity of the lays happen. 5'11" for my students is pretty damn ideal because not all Asians can reach 6'2". They're not like Queef and Casanova. The guy's tall, and yeah, the guy's tall. So therefore, not everyone's gifted in genetics like that. But some of them are 5'11", and they do pretty well. So I made my point here. That's all I gotta say. Fuck what I have to say. Fuck what they have to say. Who cares about who's the best people? Stop using this Michael Jordan logic, because Michael Jordan, he's probably an okay coach, but he's just not like Phil Jackson level like me. He's not. He may be a good basketball player, right? But doesn't mean he's a good coach. Okay coach, but better than, he's probably like decent, but it doesn't translate to the students for some unknown reason. It doesn't translate to his team that he bought. So it's like Shaq, right? Can Shaq teach basketball? No, but he's pretty good. No, Phil Jackson taught Shaq, taught Kobe Bryant, taught Michael Jordan, taught all these people. So don't use bro science. Stop thinking about mentors. You get results, I get results. Think about, can he coach? Sometimes a coach is like a doctor versus a guy who's on YouTube with big muscles. Bro science, Bro, I don't care about bro science. It's like a guy on YouTube saying, I made this much money. Like I made 100,000 this month, right? If you want to learn from me, but he made the 100,000 from the people that want to learn from him, not because of his business. Hope that makes sense. I'll say any 6'5" above is too tall. Yeah. So that's all I say. This is all that I teach for today. I hope you guys learn a lot. I'm losing my voice. Remember, it's all about the student results. Most men are skinny as fuck. Most tall men are skinny as fuck. Yeah, you want to be tall, and you want to have some protector status. And you can tell a lot about a person's. It's about the proportions too. If you're taller, and you're too skinny, and you narrow shoulders, you gotta widen the shoulders because it can work against you. You need a protector status. If you're just too tall and skinny, it's like a wind can blow you away like a fucking tree. So that's why I made the other students work out. And don't forget, do you guys like the last testimonial? The Middle Eastern student. You guys seen it, right? Let's hear it. He's bald, 5'7", and before he didn't get any results in his social circle. He had good social skills, but however, without social calibrations, he was not able to be that tribe leader kind of body language. He was not a positive person. He was an emotional person, a violent person. But however, it didn't matter because all that other stuff is all bullshit. It's all value. That means this entire thing about social skills, social calibrations, it is skills, but it is also value. So yes, the value does matter. So you're saying this entire thing is value? 100%. 20 out of 35 is the solution. So the whole game is all value. It's all value. They're value denying. They're lying to you. It's all value. Johnny Elite said it first in the world. It's all value. So 20 out of 35. That's right. It's all value. I'm the first dating coach who says that's all value. And the skills only increase the value. And since they are teaching zombie game, they have no skills. That's why they need game autistic line tactics. That only fills at 2.5. It's just not enough. That's why we have such a big testimonial difference and why I'm the only dating coach. I mean, I'm not the only one, but for COVID-19, for Daygame testimonials, there's very few and far in between for other dating coaches. Some has 0, and they're talking a good game. How come their old products don't fucking work? They should work during COVID, right? No, it doesn't even fucking work. My one keeps working, so it's something different. I didn't teach what they teach. I don't even know. They don't even know what I teach. I don't even know what they teach, to be honest. We're just dismiss each other's stuff. We don't even care. It's just like we roll each other's eyes, kind of, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I got more student results. It's just how it is. Can't spin it. My student results, if there's a bald guy here, can't spin it.
What's up, guys? I'm here to give my full review and testimonial to John Elite and his program and his coaching. But let me just introduce myself. I'm a Middle Eastern dude that lives in Europe. I've been doing it all my life. And then I also picked up Forest D, Top Valentine, Matt Orkson, Free Lifestyle, you name it. So I've been following those guys for like 5 or 6 years with actually getting 0 results. And then, I was looking on different internet forums and stuff like that to find someone new, a new coach. Then I saw like John Elite and his program and his coaching getting hated by everybody. At the beginning I was skeptical too, then I was actually given a chance. I emailed him.
No, I haven't heard of him, nor do I give a shit.
I talked with him, and I think he was a nice dude, So I was like giving him a shot, He actually answered me and actually helped me out. So I bought Elite 13 and his coaching, and after being 1 week inside this program, I actually got labeled a blonde girl for my social circle, and then 3 more days to go.
Yeah, so he banged this blonde over here, and I have that picture of him and him getting blowjobs and shit like that.
And I'm about a week inside this program.
Not just blowjob, but the screenshot over here afterwards is a lay. But that's the things he sent me was the blowjob stuff. I had to censor it. Really cool shit. So before 6 years, man, 5'7", height does matter. If you're above 5'9", it's easier.
I think he's the best dating coach out there, without doubt. Like if you sign up for him, you'll definitely get results. The only question is, when you will get the results, not if. Because look at me, I was the victim for 6 years without 0 results.
Yeah.
Like I had actually 0 results. So when I signed up for him, I actually got inside his program for 1 week. And the way like John actually coaches you, he's direct on point. And he's like, no questions asked, just do it. Like, and sometimes it can be harder, but he's doing it.
Yeah, sometimes as a coach, the word coach, not mentor, as a coach, you have to be hard on the students. They'll never do it because money's involved. They'd be hard on the student, they'll offend the student, they'll lose the student, they'll lose the money.
For a purpose, and that's because he wants you guys to succeed. He wants you to take action and get stuff done. So I actually recommend it to everybody. Like if you don't take his courses or his coaching, you're missing out something big because he's a without question ask the best one out there. Like literally the best one out there. Like and that's what he calls tough love because he's direct on point, he'll tell you what to do. Don't like asking questions, just do it and take the action and you will see the results. Look at me, I'm a Middle Eastern dude, 5'7" tall. I actually got laid yesterday, 1 week inside this program. When I was like doing RSD, I didn't achieve anything in 6 years, 6 to 5 years. But with John, just only 1 week, it required 1 week, and I actually got the results. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, I really recommend it.
So basically, he also fingered another blonde, but he could not get it up. And not blonde, I mean redhead. After that he's the same student that got stabbed 3 times in the chest, the Middle Eastern guy I was talking about, the bald guy. And he was about to bang a model. Although it wasn't good for the testimonial, I told him not to do it because her boyfriend is in jail and is a gangster. And of course, the gang did come after him, and he blinded one of the members. And then he got stabbed in the chest 3 times by 2 Middle Easterns and 1 Somali. And then he went to Turkey right now. So that's the story. Kevin Samuels is red pill. Red pill is half truth. Exactly. It's like Samuel Adams, right? He'll make you drunk, whatever. It's like, it's the best beer. Samuel Adams. No, never mind. So, let's see. New subscriber, okay. Okay, I think that's probably good enough for today. I want to end on a beer commercial. That's funny. So, yeah, so that's what I think about. Oh, yes, your stream may be temporarily blocked. Okay, heads up, we did copyright audio. Okay, so I was playing that thing and it's trying to block my audio. So, heads up, we detected copy. I have to probably delete that part of the stream. So, that's the end of the stream.